So, guys, I was just thinking about something, but I'm pretty sure I can make a compelling argument that the Incredible Hulk is not just the avatar of destruction for the one above all, but that he's more so his heart. Now, what do I mean by that? I think that the Incredible Hulk is the real-world physical manifestation of the turmoil that the one above all felt when he had a conflict in seeing Brother Deep and becoming the one below all. You see, when we look at the Incredible Hulk's character, one thing that's always been a staple about him is that he's just angry. He's always been angry as hell, always been described as having unlimited rage, but we've never known why. And well, I believe the answer to that question is something that we were given the first half of in the Immortal Hulk, and I believe we're going to be given the second half of in Philip K. Johnson's current run on the Hulk. But you see, when we look at the Immortal Hulk, we learn that the Hulk is the child of the one above all. It tells him that he is his creation and that he is necessary. He tells the Hulk that there is weight and that there is a counterweight. And, well, it's basically at this point where the Hulk has asked the one above all the one question that we've always wondered. Why is he always so angry? And, well, the one above all says, well, the question is, what have you become, man? He also asks him, what will he become? And the one above all tells him, with these hands he builds, and with other hands he breaks. He breaks to build anew, and he asks, have you my strength? Have you an arm like mine? Would you build or would you break? You are my creation. I made you the counterweight. To ask of you, are you the Gabora or the Golachab? And what of the Chesed? What of mercy? What will you become? For the left hand is strength, but the right hand is mercy. Now, when this first came out, this was kind of an ambiguous question and answer. Because the one above all basically tells him, dude, you're my power made manifest. The only question is, are you going to be destructive or are you going to be merciful? And we kind of saw the Hulk demonstrate some mercy when he, forgave the leader for doing all the crap he did. But then we get our second half of this answer in Philip K. Johnson's current run. Now I'm going to break this part down into two parts because half of what I'm going to go over is directly what's in the book. The other half of what I'm going to go over is what I personally believe is going on. But I will try to make the two tie together as seamlessly as I can. I got y'all. Now, the reason that I believe that the Hulk is the one above all / one below all's heart is because of this. Because we learned that when the one above all was creating everything, a being by the name of the mother of all horrors created a whole bunch of monstrous stuff in spite of him. And she created this creature called Brother Deep to shine brighter than the one above all, which he did. And this infuriated the one above all. But up until this point, the one above all did not have any weapons besides love and creation. So what he did was he transformed into a giant hulking monster with bright green eyes, whose weapon was rage and destruction, and decimated Brother Deep. Now this is where the speculations come in. It's at this point that being the being that the one above all is, not really trying to use anger and hate in a world of creation. So he split himself off into the one below all, placing him below all of creation. But he could not leave this creature down there with the sum total of all of their destructive power. So he took that destructive power and placed it into a physical vessel, i.e. the Hulk, and then closed off the one below all behind the green door. Which is why we had this whole the one below all trying to possess the body of the Hulk, so that way he would regain the complete and limitless power of the one above all to go back and destroy the one above all, and then reign supreme over the omniverse. But we see that that did not happen. Now that the green door is closed and the one below all is trapped in the below place, this being the mother of all horrors is trying to get its hands on the Hulk, or what she calls the fractured sun. Now, this again goes into the speculation. When the one above all took all of that rage and destructive power out of the one below all and placed it into the Hulk, I believe that he also realized that he had to put just as much love in creation into the Hulk as he did rage and destructive power, which goes into the nature of the Hulk's character and why he has always just been portrayed as an innocent, if not dumb, character, and why his anger and power is always tempered by his rage. Because if we look at the character of the Hulk, he's never been an evil dude. Yes, he's always been a very angry dude, willing to destroy stuff, but even in some of his worst and angriest times, the good in him and the want to protect people and not just be immensely destructive, 9 times out of 10 wins out, which is why I believe is the reason he even asked the Hulk this in the first place. Because the one above all knows exactly what the Hulk is. He is the physical manifestation of not only all of his destructive power, but all of his love. And the question being, will you be the kind of creature who lets the love win out over the destruction? Now again, when we look at the narrative of the Hulk's story, since he's come out, that's always been the question. Sure, you're angry, and sure, you could absolutely decimate every single thing in your path. And again, this proves this, because even though this was Toba getting the body of the Hulk, this wasn't the Hulk getting the power of Toba, since Toba couldn't do anything in the real world. This was him getting the power of the Hulk. The Hulk has always had whatever power he's needed to do every and anything. And it's always been the question of, will you do it? This just showed us what would happen if he decided to do that. If you want my honest opinion, and I'm about to get a little metatextual here, I believe that what the one above all is trying to do is take his heart, the good and the bad, put it in a physical form, and really see where his heart is at. Because sure, as an omnipotent being, he knows where he would like this to go, but with the whole free will and all that good stuff, I feel as if what he's trying to do is see if a sentient creature who has no concept of the grand scheme of things had infinite and unlimited power and the ability to do whatever it wanted, what would it do? And I believe based off what the Hulk decides to do will be what Toa decides to do. But if I'm gonna be honest, even with the Hulk being as angry and as destructive as he is right now, being strong enough to kill beings that were so powerful that they forced God to Hulk out, even though he doesn't have to because he's strong enough to do whatever he wants to do, he still chooses the right hand. He still chooses mercy. And that's why I say that the Hulk is the heart of not just the one below all, but the one above all. Because he shows such strength to overcome the rage of the one below all. He overcomes God's rage with love. Even when he's overtaken in moments of unfathomable rage, he still chooses mercy. And only a being who is filled with as much of God's love as he is with the devil's rage has the ability to know when he needs to be a monster and when he needs to be a man. The Hulk has always been a character who has shown that he has a limitless capacity for both love and destruction. Just like Toa, just like Toba, just like you, and just like me. And I think the Hulk is proving, especially to the one above all, that even with all the rage in existence, that the power of a strong heart can really overcome anything that there is, which is why the Hulk will always be the strongest one there is.